so much fucked up shit to get into. Welcome back to Little Stinkers, baby. I'm Michael fucking Rainey, here with my homeboy Cal Donjala.
What up, y'all?
Jacob Furman and Mattera.
Hey, bing bong.
Wet and Juicy Jeff Simmons. We're just talking about getting wet and juicy. Jagged's on his way to beautiful Las Vegas.
Fabuloso.
He's going to be at the Flamingo, which is a natural fit considering how he likes to stand.
Y'all know my balance is fucked.
Jake, you ever stand like a flamingo? Flamingo style?
I don't think my knee would buckle so fast, Mike.
Follow-up question. Have you ever made love flamingo style?
I'm willing to try.
Have you ever been made love to
Yes, answer yes.
flamingo style? I'm talking wild flamingos.
Wild, yeah.
Florida kind.
Migratory pattern, for sure.
Getting plastic six-packs stuck on their beak.
Yeah, you're going to have to fight to get this fish.
I'm happy for you, man. I've been on a big Vegas kick lately. I'm reading Leaving Las Vegas, and it
I
really
never knew it was a book.
It was.
Nice.
It was a book before it was a movie, I believe, and it's they're pretty true to one another.
Should I watch that before I go?
I would.
Isn't it super depressing?
To a normal person, yes, but it really seems like a dream to me.
Okay.
Just end my life with alcohol and just enjoy the company of a hooker.
I want to make it home, but I'm not rolling out one of those things, you know?
Yes.
I am excited to do some controlled boozing.
Yeah.
And really making it last.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of 12-hour days.
Oh, baby.
Back to back, yeah.
Yeah?
I'm going to try to, yeah.
Oh, baby.
Keep
What else you got planned?
Keep it light beers. Nothing really. We just got the Sphere. We're going to try to hit the pool. We got like a couple 90-degree days while we're there, so maybe get a little bit of a tan for the first time so people stop calling me a pale.
You going to toss it around a little bit?
At the pool?
The dice I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'll be shooting dice at least 3 times a day in my own one of my beds. I got 2 queen beds, one for beating and eating, one for sleeping.
That's so disgusting.
Oh no, I was eating and sleeping in my beating. I'm gonna have to have the maid come up.
Can
you bring me a trundle bed?
You're going to be the reason why a woman has to move back to Guatemala. Jake, you got anything exciting coming up, brother?
Nope, just following John's adventures. Yeah. How about you?
No, I would, May. Yeah, I guess in April I'm going to Mississippi, which I love. And then May I'm going to Chicago, which I also love. I could go anywhere and have a good time, man. But
Yes, I love visiting other cities.
I have had a weird hard-on for Vegas lately. There's so much stuff that I want to do, and reading Leaving Las Vegas now really puts me in the mood to go there and explore the seedier aspects of it.
Yeah, we might get a little bit seedy, perhaps. Mm-hmm. Yeah, do a little off-strip walking around, maybe.
Yep.
We'll see how it goes.
You might want to check out that Zach Bagans' haunted house.
That thing sounded creepy.
It's so much fun, man.
It's just a walkthrough?
It's a long walkthrough. I think it's 3 hours, and you can't sit.
God.
You don't sit down at all, and you can't bring food or drink. So it's pretty
The
intense.
answer is no.
Wait, what about like a bottle of water?
No.
Man.
There's, I think, a water fountain at some point, but
You have to find it with your face.
it's located inside the Dybbuk box, so you might get haunted by a fucking Israeli ghost.
Just so you know, one of the fountains is poisoned, so good luck.
And if you ever feel comfortable enough to bend over, you've probably left the ride.
Man.
But I'm excited for you, buddy. That seems like a lot of fun. I saw a rumor that Harry Styles might be doing a residency at the Sphere.
That would be awesome. I hope he does.
He would be perfect for it.
Yeah. I love that these residencies just keep getting extended. Mm-hmm. Like the Eagles just keeps playing there.
Yep.
They keep adding weekends to the Backstreet Boys.
Yep.
It's fun how they're doing it.
I know the people in that theater are like, oh my God, they're back again. It's a residency joke.
Yeah.
That one is for the Sphere employees.
John, I feel embarrassed because I left the coin upstairs. I was rearranging some things back here. Jake, do you have something that John could flip?
Oh, man. My vape.
All right, what side's which? All right, so you got the whole side is going to be Impractical Jokers episode. Flat side is going to be a Stinkers episode.
I call this in my head in the air.
Oh, pardon me.
No one knows what side.
Yeah, I guess I'll go fuck myself in my own house.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever seen this fucking show before? Okay. I mean, have you ever seen me say one side is another? This was the losing side for me.
I'll have your coin back next week, and
Wow.
yeah, I was rubbing that thing raw.
What were you doing with it?
Well, I was moving some things around back here, and then also I put on the OJ Netflix documentary, and it really got me hot and horny for OJ all over again.
I
You
like-
hog slamming?
I like holding something that represents the television show while I watch the show.
I do too. And when I watch 9/11 footage, I like to smash drywall over my head and just lay under it as I can hear it from the TV, but I can't see anything, and I don't know if I'm going to make it out.
Turn the heat up real high.
I do, yeah.
that
And
makes sense.
I asked my Middle Eastern neighbors to just fucking scream for 3 hours.
They were screaming in Middle Eastern.
They were, yeah, they had this is one thing that a lot of people don't know about 9/11 is before they kablooied, the hijackers had everybody on the plane sing, "Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone." You know that song?
Yeah, Pink Floyd.
Yeah, they had him sing the Afghani version, or I'm sorry, the Saudi Arabian version of that.
Oh, wow.
I thought I knew everything.
Only the women
About
were singing,
9/11.
"We don't need no education," because the men were educated.
Classic.
Hey.
Classic information that I never knew.
Teacher, hit those ladies again. That's their version, Jake.
I've never heard their version before.
You never will either, because unless you have access to the black box.
I do not. Yeah.
Favorite porn search, by the way.
Oh my God, Jake.
Sorry.
But Jake, I'm here tonight to talk about Jake, does it make it easier on you on your heart? Because I know you have a very kind heart and a very gentle soul.
Very
Is
labored
it
heart.
easier on your gentle soul when we have a gay serial killer?
No. Why would it be easier?
Because they're dramatic by nature. And they might be prone to going a little above and beyond.
Some razzle dazzle, if you
Yes.
will.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it easier on my heart. My heart still feels very exhausted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're in for a rough hour.
Oh no.
Because tonight's serial killer is gay and he is a nurse's aide. And his nickname is the Angel of Death, which I feel like we get a lot of guys named the Angel of Death and a lot of ladies too.
This one sounds like his first name might be Angel, though.
No, his name is Donald Harvey.
Oh wow.
And one site that I was looking up information on him listed his two nicknames as the Angel of Death and Donnie.
Oh, fucking Donnie's back.
Just call me Donnie.
Jake, he's the pride of Boonville, Kentucky. You ever been there?
I sadly have not.
A gay serial killer from Kentucky. And judging by what you said earlier, I think it is fair to say that he referred to it as Can Suck Me.
I love that kind of nickname.
I love it too.
And that's why I think the addition of more flamboyant whimsy might be gentler on my heart.
I do too.
Yeah.
And that's why I felt the need to ask.
Oh.
It is
There's a silver lining there. Yeah.
because gay serial killing is whimsical in nature. You know? And if I were a defense attorney, that's what I would argue.
Oh, yeah. There'd be a lot of feathers in my briefcase when I opened it.
Yeah, it's spring loaded.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I meant to bring glitter.
Is there a reasonable doubt? Because anything is possible.
I love it, Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I knew you were going to do that, man.
Sorry.
But Jake,
I'll text you next time.
he was born April 15th, 1952.
Taxman.
Yeah,
Wow.
man. We were just talking about that earlier.
You were.
And unfortunately, Jake, he did not have an easy life. His parents, they did not get along. They argued often.
Yeah.
They really went at it. And I don't mean sexually.
Ah. bad kind.
Yeah, and
She was throwing it back though.
yes, you got to assume. I think those are the most passionate love stories.
Yeah, that household has a chance.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're, here's the deal. I've always said that in regards to cracking your spouse, Jake, if there's a frozen steak in the freezer that you could put on your eye, how bad can it really be?
Has it been in there for a year and a half, and now it's frostbit to hell, and we can't even eat it safely?
That is a
That's
great point.
A different story.
Yeah, if you're taking out a frozen Salisbury steak to put on your eye, then you might need to call the police and tell them that your wife's hitting you.
What about ground beef? If I say I'm making sirloins,
Is it loose?
You just put little pieces,
it is ground.
stick it up to your
Yes.
face. But Jake, they would get after it, and unfortunately, when Donnie was 6 months old, his father was falling asleep as baby Donnie was also falling asleep, and he dropped him on his little head.
Finishing move.
You know, baby heads.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to fall off the couch.
They're not, man, and they're so soft, and you almost, I don't know. You want to put like a little football helmet on them.
Yeah, they're the opposite of cats. They are going to fall on their head even if you drop them
Yeah.
head up. They're the opposite of weeble wobbles.
You look like you're going to say something perverted, Jake.
It was bad.
Say it, Jake.
I was just gonna say it's, you have to resist the urge to give a Gronk spike from, here and there, but doesn't make sense. That's why I stopped myself.
That's why you don't schedule your births around a winning Eagles season.
That's right.
You don't want to risk wanting to spike your child during a playoff game.
But John, Donnie's mother was so angry at his father for dropping him on his little head at the age of 6 months old that yelling at him wasn't enough. What do you think she did to really hammer home the point of how angry she was at him?
I think she hit him in the head with something really hard. I'm thinking she didn't stab him with a butcher's knife.
No? Jake, what do you think she did?
Like left scars from like hitting with a belt or something like that.
Even worse, she contacted the local Boonville newspaper and told them that her husband dropped the baby.
Wow.
Whoa.
That is some kind of petty, man. Holy shit, dude.
It does give you ideas the next time your wife's acting up. Just instead of arguing with her, just be like, call the Delco Times.
I hope it's a slow news day.
Yeah.
Local dumb bitch gives husband a hard time.
Yeah.
Ripped from today's headlines.
Certainly not ripped from the kitchen. But Jake. So she contacts the newspaper, so that just adds to the beef. And as Donnie grows up, unfortunately, we're in the single digits here. And aside from having this tough home life, his home life is about to get even tougher because from the age of 4, he's getting molested.
Jesus Christ.
By a lot of different people. By his Uncle Wayne, who I don't know that there's ever been a good Uncle Wayne in history.
Yeah.
Uncle Wayne just sounds like his fingertips were magnetized to kid butts.
There's less Wayne. My name is Wayne.
How do you think Dwayne's factor in there?
Dwayne's can be
They can be cool.
positive figures. They can be fixtures of light.
I think so. I think Dwayne's are deaf Waynes. Like when you ask them, what is your name? He said, Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
See?
And there's not many evil deaf guys.
You got to be a real motherfucker. You have to be a real sour heart
Yeah.
to be a bad deaf man. Jake, who's the worst deaf person you've ever met?
I've never met a deaf person, I don't think. I mean,
You've been
I've met-
avoiding them your whole life.
I see them and I go, and I run. Yeah, I don't. I think I came across like one kid with like a hearing aid when I was younger.
You just smack it off the back of his ear.
Did you go scream into it?
What is this?
What happened at school? The poor deaf kid comes home crying. He's like,
Yeah.
the big one came up behind me and said, crawling in my skin.
The same kid that roundhouse kicked a kid?
Yes. He loves Lincoln Park and he loves screaming at me.
I don't love Lincoln Park.
He knows. I hope, Mom, I know it's bad to say, but I hope he ends up just like Chester Bennington.
Oh my God.
You're the one making fun of the deaf kid,
I'm
Jake.
not making fun of a deaf kid.
Kicked him in his fucking ear.
But poor Donnie is getting violently molested from the age of 4 by his Uncle Wayne, by a cousin, and a neighbor, too.
Man.
How does the family is like they probably get alone time with him? How does neighbor get access to the point where you can molest a fucking 4-year-old kid?
I mean, I know, man. It's
Yeah.
I mean, how often do you hear about a kid getting passed around like a goddamn charcuterie board?
This was the 60s, right? You're talking about?
Well, no, this was the 50s where
I'm still like having a ripple effect.
This is late 50s where it was like
Free reign.
cat eye
kids.
sunglasses on women and big hair and poofy dresses and
Yeah.
cranking your hog with pomade.
But your parents were like non-existent.
a little dapper Don will do you.
He will, man. He can't really fight back. He's 4.
I was speaking of the pomade. Dapper Don.
Not the little molested boy. Okay, yeah, but Dapper Don will do you. It's going to be a few years before you can fight back and not do you.
I forgot Don was the kid and not the dad.
Yeah. But Jake, you know
Jake,
about
why
the head
you
injury
remind me?
as a 6-month-old. When he's 5, he falls off of what do they call that? When you step up on a pickup truck, what's it called? The floorboard?
Oh, the
No, on the side.
runner.
The runner, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
He falls off of a runner off of a moving truck, and he bonks his head as a 5-year-old.
He was like holding on to the silent hitch style.
He
I
was.
used to love that. It's the best thing
Yeah.
most fun you can have as a kid.
That is
But probably not fun for him because I imagine he's probably trying not to get molested.
Oh, he was hitching away from a molester.
cool. Oh my god.
That's how I broke my leg.
Yeah, that's one thumb you don't want to stick around to find out what it's for.
I was a 23-year-old boy, blacked out, getting a ride on the back of a Jeep, trying not to get molested.
You know what? It's funny you mention this because there is a catheter aspect to this story.
There sure is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one I might have let the nurse handle it. There was a different one where I had my friend Ryan.
That's
my
the one I
penis.
remember. Were you catheterized with your leg problem?
Yeah, they stick things into my penis whenever they get a chance.
What the heck, man?
Uh-huh.
Is that like written like you know how you can have like a do not resuscitate order? Do you have that like factored into your medical chart? Like
Yeah.
no matter what's wrong, I don't care if I got a cold. Put something in my dick.
Yeah, I have a tattoo right above my hernia scar that says, "Just let me spray everywhere."
It's written in Latin.
You don't read Latin, you dumb bitch.
Sprayus Eternus.
It also says Super Bowl licks champion, so there's a lot of confusing fonts and
You
Greek
just got
letters
it?
down there.
Oh, you knew the Eagles were going to win the Super Bowl.
I added it to my "let me spray everywhere."
Okay.
I'm tired of catheters. Actually, no, the Super Bowl I got below the hernia scar. Mm-hmm. I had it mixed up.
That's a good gooch tattoo. The Lombardi.
Oh my god! So you can see it if you're flexible, or so whoever's eating it from behind can see it.
Who's ever hoisting you?
Yes. Wait, hoisting me or hoisting you?
Hoisting you. You have the tattoo.
Well, what do you have, Jake?
I got nothing down there. Smooth surface.
You're a
You mean
blank
it's all-
canvas.
You mean it's all smooth like a flat Jacob?
Like a Mr. Potato Head.
You are a flat Jacob.
What's that?
We've been calling what a Ken doll has a flat Jacob for 25 years.
Oh my! I'm
You
anything but
are
flat.
actually flat
I'm
Jacob.
clearly round.
Down there, though, you don't have a flat Jacob?
Ooh, I don't know.
It's funny you bring this up because I never
And you look
pictured
sweaty,
you
Jacob.
with penis and balls.
You never pictured me with penis balls?
No,
Yeah.
But you are picturing him naked frequently.
I am, and it just seems like
It all-
an ass continuum.
Yeah, it definitely all just, it's like a
The ass
portal.
goes all the way to the front,
Yeah.
It does.
but from underneath.
But here, the way you look at it, you wonder if the ass starts in the back or if it starts in the front because there's so much of it, and it's
Oh, it stays in the back.
Are you good at drawing?
no. But I would like to try, Jake.
You're good at drawing.
I'm good at modeling.
Do you think you could draw yourself with a front butt?
I already have it, right? Like, we don't need to draw it. It's there.
Okay. Well, then we'll just take a look at it down at the baseball field when the kids are in there.
So the school lets out. This is terrible too. And when poor Donnie, he goes to school. The two adjectives that I saw describe him by teachers and classmates were quiet and queer.
Back when it didn't have that meaning, right? Queer was a...
I wonder if that time, if queer just meant off.
Yeah.
Whereas now it means yes.
This would have been early 60s or late 50s. It probably meant gay by then. Yeah.
If you heard this guy speak, you would assume that like this.
He spoke like that as a 5-year-old.
Yeah, there was no light switch moment. This kid came out of the pussy saying "ta-da."
Yes, I think there are certain people who could be raised in a rubber room with no media exposure at all, who would still talk that way with no outside influence.
I have seen gay kids that can barely walk.
I've seen gay kids that are more out of the closet than the clothes I'm wearing right now, Mike. No, why can't these boys walk that you're talking about?
This one's getting molested from the time he's fucking eating Gerbers. But Jake, this is super sad too. Donnie's mother, when she drops him off at kindergarten, his first day of kindergarten, she drops him off with a black eye. She's got the black eye.
Oh, she has a black eye.
But it was a good fight. These are good fights.
Yes, yeah, she's at least standing her ground.
Yeah.
And the neighbors are cheering as they wrap it up, and she's pumping them up.
And that's when he sucker punched her.
Metal chair to the back.
But Jake, I mentioned that he is described as quiet and queer, and at a very young age in school, he learns that if you don't bring attention to yourself, people will probably leave you alone.
Smart kid.
He's a smart kid. But it also bodes well for him as a serial killer, but doesn't bode well for the people he ends up sending to God.
Are any of his victims like a revenge-esque kind of a thing?
Some of them, he seems as though he's like a merciful angel, but some of them are clearly with malice in his heart.
I don't want to get too hard ahead of ourselves, but I'm just hoping
I don't
one
want to get
of
too hard
these
either.
neighbors are...
That's what I'm always trying to hammer that home to my wife.
Freud would say there are no hard penises in my house.
Hoarding hard penises at your house?
Yeah, what is Freud doing in your bedroom?
Why do you think I got that big garage? Had to rent a storage unit, climate controlled. Can't hoard all those penises in a moist environment. We love the room temperature. Dry penis.
Jake, you're going to like this. When he's 16, he falls in love with a fellow by the name of James Peluso.
Is James gay too?
He is.
Amazing.
I know.
Great they found
Finding
each other.
that.
Yeah, seriously.
I got to assume, though, that finding a gay lover at that age probably isn't too hard because there's probably a lot of rough housing. You know what I'm saying? That's how you feel guys out, Jake.
That's how you feel guys up, down, all around.
Oh, no. But that had to have been how they do it back then in Kentucky, where you can't just openly suck the guy's lips off his face, but you can go up and ask him if he wants a wrestle.
Uh-huh. Start taking each other's clothes off little by little.
Yes.
Yeah. We forgot our singlets. Is it okay if we just do this in our skivvies? Everybody around is like, guess.
Mouth rules only.
Not really if you the way you talk, but all right.
But Jake, he falls in love with the fellow. Unfortunately, he's still getting molested at this age.
Who's molesting him?
The neighbors, his cousin,
Still?
his Uncle Wayne. Yeah. Now, the neighbor is paying him. The neighbor is paying him for
Okay,
sex
so
at
that's
a
a
certain
side
point.
hustle then.
It can be on his side. It's mostly from the back hustle.
I mean, when did the neighbors start paying? That's
I
a
don't
crazy
know.
transition from...
Yeah.
I feel like this is the dark ages of Jesus, like from 13 to 30. Where was he? Was he getting paid as a fucking...
It could be the kind of thing where that person rationalized what they were doing by saying, I'm giving him a few bucks. A buck for suck trade, Jake.
I can't believe this is so heavy, and it's happening to the guy who we're covering as a killer.
And how old was he at this point, you said?
He's 16.
16, yeah.
Now, when he's 18, Jake, he ends up working as a nursing assistant in London, Kentucky, at a place called Marymount Hospital.
Okay.
And at 18, dude, he starts killing, and he starts killing a lot of people.
Oh my God. We've had a couple of these angels of death.
Yes.
Where, I mean, some worse than others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like we had a couple Kevorkian-esque line walkers, and then there's been people who are just truly evil. You feel like this fellow's walking the line a little bit, lives in both worlds.
I think I extend a little bit of grace to anybody who's getting their cheeks clapped while they still watch The Wiggles.
Dropped on your head and then molested your entire childhood is almost an excuse for
I think so too, man.
doing this kind of shit. But
Yeah.
And
It's a
Jake,
rough upbringing.
unfortunately, when around the same time where he gets this job as a nursing assistant at the age of 18, he moves in with a fella. He has a roommate, this fella named Randy White. Randy is not a kind guy. Randy wants the butt, so he takes the butt. And he's raped by Randy. And I know what you're thinking. It's not just a very popular YouTube channel. It's also a very sad situation in Donald's life. Have you ever seen that painting show?
What painting show?
and
Raped
add
by
a little,
Randy?
And we'll add a little Randy getting raped right here, right under the bush.
We're going to add a little blue to his gooch. That thing's really taken a beating lately.
And we're gonna cover him up with a nice fluffy tree.
You know what? We're going to throw some yellow in there because these bruises, they age pretty well. And you know what? We're going to bite his toenails clear off his foot.
Jesus.
Is this a cartoon now?
This has nothing to do with paint. And you know what? After we bite his toenails off of his feet, we're going to spit him back in his face before he goes back to work.
Oh my God.
You've been watching Rape by Randy. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button.
Oh no, we've been demonetized again.
Only because we talked about Israel during the painting.
Wait, why did Rape by Randy get taken down again? He started talking
Anti-Zionism at its best.
He's talking about some Zionist pigs that he lives next to.
And we just inadvertently demonetized ourselves for this episode.
Fuck. God damn it.
Damn it.
Oh, we'll take it in post. Jeff, you'll have a fun time finding what we said.
Just leaving the Rape by Randy stuff, though, please.
Well, now while we're on it, can you put that zipper down a little bit? Your beard's scratching up on the. I sent you a text and you didn't
Oh, I thought you were
read it.
telling Jake to hold his microphone closer.
I was. You guys are all over the place today, but
I'm
it's all
sorry.
good.
I thought you were just doing Gene Simmons tongue at Jake.
Is that what you're doing?
Whoa, that thing is long.
Yeah.
He drove him wild. He drove me crazy.
I honestly wouldn't want to see that next to my penis. It might show me up.
Now, I don't really. Jake, we've already established you have a kind heart, so I think you might agree with me. I don't really blame him for this murder. All right, so his first one is 1970, so he's fucking 18 years old when he starts killing at this hospital. He's taking care of a patient. The patient is getting rough and rowdy with him. It's an 88-year-old guy, so you know this fucker is ripe for death.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's fighting.
I'm
against
already
the
not
light.
mad.
Wait till you hear about what this fucker does to our friend Don.
Oh no.
He also molests him somehow. This guy cannot get a W, man.
Yeah, Donald trips over a bedpan and lands face first on the 88-year-old guy's penis. But this 88-year-old man is a bit ornery, Jake, and he ends up smearing his own shit and wiping it on Don.
Instant death.
I think so too.
Whoa.
Instant death.
Deliberate.
He did the right thing.
Yeah, that's pretty rough, man.
I think so too, man.
I might even like have his grandparents or grandkids there to watch. Oh, come on in. I just poisoned his IV.
You want to put some into? Now he does a combo murder. It's a combination of a plastic, a piece of blue plastic, and putting a pillow on top of that to end this shit smear's life.
Whoa.
I didn't expect it to be suffocation.
No
No breathing. Double with the plastic. I wonder.
He was
pocket-
Italian.
Even as you're committing murder, you got your mother in your ear. Are you going to be hungry when you're done killing this fucker?
Ma!
Just leave a couple meatballs in the fucking microwave. I'll eat them.
There's a lot of different ways that he ends up killing people. There's an incident right after that where he ends up putting the wrong size catheter in a guy. And that can cause bladder issues, and that can cause internal bleeding, Jake.
Plus, make your pee-pee hurt.
I know. I can't imagine having that in there.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
It's like there's, I mean.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about it.
I think that's why it's important to be nice to your nurses, Jake. That's why, even when COVID was over, every night I'm out front banging pots and pans for nurses. And I make sure I film myself doing it.
Still?
And I surreptitiously get the number of every nurse in this area, and I text it to her.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
You were airdropping it on the last flight we were on.
I was, yeah. Yeah, I was all over the place, man. The next guy that he kills, he gets bonked with a bedpan. The guy wants to be left alone. Don's just trying to do his stinking job. So the guy bonks him with a fucking bedpan.
Deadpan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm killing that guy too.
Well, wait do you hear how he does it? So another fucking too big catheter, but on top of not only putting
So that's just for some extra penis pain on the way out.
It is.
I like calling the penis painkiller.
Ooh, that's a better name than the Angel of Death, because that way you got your own thing.
Yeah, it's his own signature.
Can you start editing the Wikipedia page for this guy, please? Type loudly. I don't care if the mic picks it up.
Yes, penis painkiller. I might even go with peniset.
We'll throw it in.
Vicodic.
We can throw a bunch in the AKAs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morphine.
Morphine.
Yes.
IV, but then it's the letter 4-inch penis.
I mean, do any of these fucking newspaper writers even try?
It seems like they're not. It seems like they've all given up.
Yeah. I know, but
he looks a lot like Nathan
Felder. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Jake, you're gonna love this. So not only does he put a too big catheter in this particular victim, but
he yelled out to the operating nurses, "We're gonna need a bigger penis."
John, what do you think he does to really fucking stick it to this guy who bonked him with the bedpan?
This is pain that he wants to inflict before the death.
Yes.
Oh.
Make the bed so he's in a V position. I don't know.
A Sealy posture bleed dick.
Can you add that to the wiki? I don't hear you typing. If you have to submit money, you can have my credit card.
Jake, not only does he put this too big catheter in, but what he does after that is he takes a coat hanger.
Oh, God. Stop.
Some guys might think that feels good.
I know, sounding. That's what they call it.
Shoving a swizzle stick down your pee hole is called sounding?
When you're putting like tubes into your fucking urethra, that's called sounding.
It's the medical and the sexual term?
I don't know if it's medical or sexual or both.
Ooh, okay. So this guy's awake when he's doing this?
I'm going to clarify this.
Man,
he is.
Is he awake enough to say, "Hey, what are you doing with that coat hanger? Are you giving my balls an abortion or something?" Something like that?
It is a medical term. Medical sounding, in a medical context, sounding refers to the insertion of a sound, aka a medical instrument or other object, into the urethra or other body passages.
Mm.
Are you guys feeling it in your...
Yeah,
I am.
Right now? Yeah.
Well, I also have my butt plug in.
What is that?
Jeff's controlling it. That's what Jeff was typing. He was sending the coordinates to my asshole.
I thought your table was ready. I was like,
Yeah, it is Outback.
Jeff, can you also look up if there's a medical word for the weird feeling that men get in their penis when they hear a story about something happening to another guy's penis?
Pete and Freud.
I don't think Mike wants me Googling that on his computer.
Then use your private browser on your phone. Ask Siri.
And Jake, before I move on from the gay Australian stuff, I'm going to say that after this, I will be going to the G'day Pride Parade. But he puts the coat hanger into this guy's urethra to the point where it punctures his bladder and his bowel.
Oh, that's going to be a painful...
How long? Shrimp on the bobbin.
How did the Australian thing come up?
He just did it a
I
second
missed
ago.
it.
Yeah, it went away, then it came back, almost boomeranged, I would say.
Oh my God, what a horrible way.
How long did he let him sit like that?
Well, he had to take a dump, and when you have to take a dump in Australia, it's called a didgeridoo-doo.
Oh, the hand dryer's going. It must mean he's done.
Jake, this is a nice aspect of this story. He continues to kill people, and he kills a lot of people while he's 18 years old.
How did that guy end up dying? Did he just
From
bleed
having
out?
his bladder punctured.
He bled out internally,
Yes.
God.
but he didn't get caught for.
No. Well, I think you have to consider that these are probably very small hospitals. It's also in Kentucky, rural Kentucky.
Yeah.
So they're not investigating these deaths.
No, and oftentimes these are people who are close to death anyway.
So the family's not even that surprised that. Don't be
Yeah, they're
rude in the hospital. I just witnessed it happen to two of my grandparents. You give them one side eye, these Jamaican bitches just put you down, dude.
I know.
They don't give a shit.
Yep.
One day they're saying, "Hey," the next day they weren't nice enough to an employee, and now that employee's already covering them in dirt. I thought that was rude.
I'll tell you what, these Jamaican
We're on the
ladies,
third floor. What are you doing?
Jake, you'd be stunned at how quickly these Jamaican women go from man to monster.
Fully skylarking.
They do the mash.
Oh, man.
Could you hand me one too, John?
I thought I
Thank
got the
you.
drips
Yeah.
off of it. Yeah, trash night if you're playing at home. Trash night.
Oh God, these smell so good, man.
If you're listening at work, trash day, brother. Come on. Is it 4 o'clock yet?
Jake, he finds a new gay lover, a fellow by the name of Vernon Midden.
Vernon. Hey, Vern. Hey, Vern.
Like I need my hands warmed up. You got any mittens?
Oh.
And Vernon Midden is a married fellow with children.
Hey, my mittens are in my asshole. That'll at least keep your thumb warm.
So Vernon Midden, he's a guy who is an undertaker. So he knows a thing or two about dealing with dead bodies. And he tells Donnie a lot about anatomy. And one of the things that he mentions that struck me as odd, and I don't know if it's true or not, is Vernon tells Donnie that cyanide poisoning cannot be detected in black people.
What?
That is some whisper down the lane information right there.
Yeah. That's not real.
That's how you find out your gay boyfriend's a fucking idiot.
It's got to be devastating, man. More of a goddamn dundertaker. But one cool thing that Vernon does for him is he gets him into the occult.
All right.
Like goat's blood and all that kind of stuff.
A lot of weird shit, and it gets to the point where Donnie is doing different rituals, and in one ritual, he says that he's able to contact his own spirit guide.
Whoa.
And his spirit guide is named Duncan, and he says Duncan...
That's how you know you're in trouble.
Yeah, I met my spirit guy. His name was Trevor. He was so chill. We went to a Dave concert first.
Yeah, I woke up with a puka shell necklace on. I have no idea how it got there. But his spirit guide is named Duncan. And he says that Duncan was kind enough to help him choose victims. Like he would point him in the direction of people who were suffering so much that they needed somebody to put them out of their misery. Isn't that nice?
Is this still in the hospital's setting?
He is, yeah.
So he believes at this point,
Yeah.
whether it's self-induced psychosis or whatever, outside-induced, that he is helping people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he thinks he's being
Or-
the angel of death, but in reality, he's just a bad nurse.
Or Jake, he's justified. I mean, in a couple of them, he got shit smeared on him. He got whooped upside the head with a bedpan.
Those are bad guys. And
I think so too.
They deserve to not say goodbye to their families.
Yeah, I think if you're an 88-year-old man who smears me with shit, Pop gonna get mopped up.
Hey,
Yeah, smear me once.
guys, that's the greatest generation
I'm
you're
shooting.
talking about.
I'm
right now.
shooting something.
I'm shooting you in your fucking face.
And I'm stretching out your
Yeah.
pee hole before I do that.
I'm gonna bend your walker over your fucking head.
Dude, stretching out your urethra is
Stop talking about it.
is one of the most sadistic, like really good idea, slight, slow punishments to give somebody before you fucking either smother them or
Just leave them alone.
go dig in.
And
Well, no, usually they should have not gotten shit smeared
But, they
or
get,
hit with a bedpan.
but having a drill bit shoved into your penis is
That's
not,
like medieval torture, but
yeah.
truly the most sadistic act, and not just because of the word sadistic related to that act, because it's sad what they're doing to this dick. You feel me, Jake?
I hear you, Mike.
Mike, that was bars.
Thank
Shit's
you.
fire.
So, Jake, all told, he takes 15 victims at this hospital. Combination of smothering. He poisons them with morphine.
That is like
Nice.
send me on my put some rusted root on and send me on my way, dude. If I'm 85 and I'm just gonna be in there for a couple weeks,
Yeah.
I would like to.
And you know what?
hold
If you leave that
your
catheter in too long, you're going to end up with a rusted root.
hand. Oh, I may see you.
Catheter stuff. One trick that he does is people who need oxygen, he'll switch out their tanks with empty oxygen tanks.
I was hoping you say nitrous.
Oh, man. I wouldn't doubt that.
Like that Expedition Everest gone wrong in 1992. Jon Krakauer wrote about it. It's called In the Thin Air. Loves the word into the wilderness, into the wild, into the thin air.
Into John's mom.
Into who?
Nobody. I was just kidding.
Are you You got
I'm
Mark
so
and
sorry.
Derek's back?
I know.
You know, my mom introduced my girlfriend to Mark and Derek, right? If you're tuning in just because you like this guy we're talking about, don't even worry about who Mark and Derek are. It's not for you.
Yeah, it's none of your fucking beeswax. But, Jake, in 1971, Don is forced to resign from the hospital for unspecified reasons.
That was all in a year.
That was all in a fucking year,
They
man.
found out.
That's more than one a month. God damn. Dude.
Yeah.
That's prolific, man. There's so many times where, like, we'll hear about guys that are viewed as, other angels of death, where it's like, oh, you got 3 fucking murders.
Yeah, and like
Who
your
fucking
5-year career before you got moved.
Yeah, what a fucking messenger of fucking evil.
No, show us some more of your collages.
So, Jake, shortly after he's forced to resign, he's depressed and he's drunk.
Okay.
And you know how it is. Like, sometimes you lose a job, you just want to fucking pound them back.
Oh, I've been fired before. Ended
Yeah.
up under my friend's living room table.
Uh-huh.
Took all the free wine from work that day. They just wanted me off the grounds, They were willing to give
That's
me
why you
everything.
got fired, taking the free wine.
So he just wants to pound them back. And I'm not even getting to the alcohol yet. But, Jake, he's drunk, he's unemployed,
Uh-huh.
and he's just lost, man. And one of the things that he decides to do, which is not really well thought out, is he decides to break into his own apartment building. So he's just going into other people's apartments, like looking for shit. And he's hammered, so naturally he gets caught.
An apartment building in Boonville, Kentucky.
I can't imagine how big that is.
Dude, like
half the
everybody knows
residents.
your name.
Yeah.
And you have a lisp.
Yeah. And that lisp is still going to be in there after you leave the apartment. Was somebody with a lisp in here today?
Or is somebody cooking bacon?
Yeah.
What?
Never mind. Forget it.
And he's spitting at you, too.
Hell, I'm hungry. He's spitting hot grease at me.
You better hope it's hot grease. But, Jake, he's arrested for burglary.
Okay.
And he's hammered and he's burgled. So while he's in police custody, he ends up admitting to all of the murders that he committed at fucking Marymount Hospital.
He was that drunk that he ratted himself out.
He did. And the police kind of look into it, but they think that it also might just be the incoherent ramblings of a drunk guy who just lost his job.
What?
And there's no evidence that any of the people who he mentioned had died under his watch died under malicious purposes. So they kind of look into it, but
because none of it was ever looked into. Not a
never
single
documented.
one.
Yeah, and these were always people who were just old as shit, who can be easily, whose deaths can be easily attributable to their conditions and or age. So he realizes at this point, like, I kind of got away with one because, you know, you get a little loose-lipped when you had a few.
Got away with 15.
Yeah. And dude, he ends up joining the Air Force. And Jake, no, I disagree with what you said earlier. He should not have considered joining the Ass Force.
Jake, I'm still on the fence about it.
I've never said that.
Well, hop off the fence.
Did he say it right before we started?
He did.
Okay.
He was screaming it out the window at my neighbors who were just trying to walk their dog.
Uh-huh. He was beeping his horn when he rolled in saying that too.
Mm-hmm. Squeezing his life alert.
I saw him at the McDonald's saying the same shit too. There's poor kids working there.
But Jake, he's only in the Air Force for 9 months, yet he manages to get an honorable discharge. While he's in there, he tries to overdose on NyQuil.
He just like me for real, dude. He's just trying to take an army nap, man. I'm just so tired of Air Force. I want to take a long nap. Mm-hmm. Was he on base still when he did that?
Oh, he was way off base with that act. But they give him an honorable discharge. So Jake, he gets out. He works a series of odd jobs before he eventually ends up at the Cincinnati VA. Not too far from Kentucky. Mm-hmm. I never realized until last year how close Kentucky and Cincinnati are.
You fly into Kentucky to get to Cincinnati.
Really? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
But don't worry, they still have a Skyline chili at the airport.
Disgusting. Have you tried it?
Good. Yeah, I liked it.
Is it true that it's got like a pumpkin type of spice?
I don't know. I did find it to be a uniquely flavored chili, and I would compare it to when a hot dog place has their own sauce. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like a chili sauce. Yeah. It's more along the lines of that than like the soup, a cup of chili that you would get at a restaurant with like hunks of meat and beans in it, you know?
Damn.
That sounds good.
It's worth a try. I tried the small one. I probably wouldn't get the big one. That seems like
Did you get it just so it would look in proportion with your
I shaved my
penis?
My nuts and pubic mound that day as well.
But Jake, he's doing well at the Cincinnati VA. He's moving up in the world. He becomes the autopsy assistant. Pretty cool job for a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Also works his way up to becoming morgue supervisor.
Well, that's trouble right there.
It is.
I can't believe he went into the death business as a guy that has fucking 15 bodies on his damn soul.
He's cooking, baby. And not only that, but he joins a neo-Nazi club.
Oh my God, dude. What a left turn.
As he's eventually interviewed about this, and he says he wasn't really interested in what they were espousing. He just joined because his buddies were joining.
I mean, you joined the Marines for that same exact
I know.
reason, so.
And I actually, I was kind of lumped in with some white supremacists at a time just because my buddies were loosely into it. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to drink and look at the guy's baby alligator.
Hey, man, when you've had 10 beers and you want another 10, it's hard to leave.
Shave my fucking head, man. Shave my head and hand me a cold Budweiser, brother.
Yeah, put it wherever my shirt covers. Fine, and just put it on my chest, I guess.
Yeah, my buddy Danny got roped into fucking white supremacy when we were like 19. And I remember going over to this guy's house and just thinking like, please just keep the beers coming, brother.
Yeah. It seems really similar to the beginning of American History X.
It's like, not too far off.
Party where it's loud.
It was, yeah. And it was
metal.
Like, you don't know, or I didn't know that that's what was going to be introduced because it kind of felt like, you know, I've been through an Herbalife presentation, and it was like Herbalife, I guess. And they give you a little kit. It's got all your hate materials.
Try it at home.
And
try it in the mirror at home. We're tired of you shopping around here.
You got to pretend German Shepherd.
One of those leashes that are stiff and it's an invisible dog.
You're running your garden hose through your house. Your mom's like, "What are you doing with the hose?" "I'm doing something for work, Ma." Yeah, and it took a couple times over there where like the one roommate really started to lay it on thick, and they were playing like white supremacy music. And I was
Oh
just
my
like,
God, what could that even be?
I just remember the one lyric. I don't remember the name of the song or who sung it, but the lyric was, "It could happen to you, Jesse Jackson."
Yikes.
Not going to find that at the Target CD section.
Yes. Next to Hilaria Baldwin's fucking cookware set. That's all that's in my cart. It's a 72-piece Hilaria Baldwin cookware set.
Marked way down.
And white supremacy Christmas album.
They made a bad choice putting Alec Baldwin's face in the Russ costume on that.
But Jake, unfortunately, although he doesn't last long here either, he claims another 15 victims at the VA.
What?
So
He's killing fucking veterans now. Are they at least old as fuck at this point?
yeah, everybody's fucking old as fuck there, man.
I feel like young guys go to the VA now.
They do to
Yeah.
get treatment, but I think the guys that end up staying there. Well, no, I guess yeah.
These are all World War II vets,
So
right?
all of his victims, they're older. So all the people that he either admits to killing or is thought to have killed is an older person.
Doubles his fucking number. 15 was already huge.
He does.
Yeah.
Now he gets in July of '85. He gets fired from the VA. So somehow they go through his duffel bag that's in his locker. They find a cocaine spoon, which is like gay everyday carry stuff.
Yeah, that's EDC for sure.
They find hypodermic needles. They find a gun and part of a human liver.
They get a napkin?
Worked at the morgue.
Jake
Like he was going to finish it later?
yeah, it was in a fucking igloo fucking container.
Were the needles for his hobby, but the coke was for him. He wasn't shooting up heroin and coke.
No,
right?
he wasn't. No, but dude, there's no real elaboration on it, and he ends up getting fired. He's allowed to resign. Actually, he just has to pay a $50 fine for bringing a gun into the VA, and resign, and he's let go.
$50 fine.
Pretty good.
That is amazing.
Jake, in 1986, his next hospital job after this, he gets hired at Drake Memorial Hospital.
And there was no investigation at the VA for the 15 bodies he got there.
They just let him go.
Wow.
And honestly, they probably looked out for him too because he was a veteran as well, and he had some mental issues. And
Yeah.
he seems like he presents very sweet.
If I had a nickel for every guy that had to pay $50 for bringing a gun into the VA, my pants would be a whole lot heavier. I need a second belt to keep my pants up, Mike. Or else they fall down and my dick and balls would come out when I go to Wawa after this. Because I don't know where my underwear is. It's laundry day.
They're like, hey, buddy, gobbler season's over.
And why do you have cranberry sauce all over it?
You know what? I will have a shorty. But Jake, he's only at Drake Memorial Hospital for a little over a year. But during this time, he outdoes his numbers at the previous two hospitals. In a little over a year, he kills an estimated 23 people.
Whoa.
He killed over 50 fucking people.
He might have even killed more.
Now, are we? Is he considered serial killer when you do it this way?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Just because
Yeah.
it's not sneaking up behind somebody in the park
Yeah.
and stabbing them, or like these kidnappers and that kind of shit.
I think it's sustained killing over a specific period of time.
Okay.
Whereas, like, I guess, like mass murder is just all in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
Now, he accomplishes a lot in a little bit of time. So say what you want about the guy. You know, hey, he's only a nurse's aide. What the fuck he going to do besides put me on a scale? What the fuck else he going to do besides get my lunch for me? He's going to kill your pop-pop.
Gotta put some respect on their names.
Put some respect on his name before he puts a coat hanger in your pop-pop's penis.
I seen him do it. I seen him.
But Jake, March 7th, 1987, an older fellow by the name of John Powell passes away. And there's an autopsy performed on this old fella. And during the autopsy, who's the fellow that performs it? The mortician, I guess. He notices a specific smell. Apparently, when you're poisoned with cyanide, in your belly, there's a smell of bitter almonds. And I disagree, Jake. I don't think Bitter Almonds is the name of a lesbian acoustic band.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing you were yelling at the McDonald's employees. Bitter almonds, I couldn't even tell you what a bitter almond would smell like.
Yeah.
But this guy had smelled cyanide-poisoned body before.
Mm-hmm. Oh, on top, I also want to mention, too, one of the methods of murder that he implements during this time is rat poisoning pudding, which is a cool threat for an old guy who's acting up.
I'll put rat poison in your damn...
Yeah.
Poison that damn pudding, Patrick.
Mm-hmm. Come on, you wouldn't do that. I love my pudding. I'm sorry I hit you and called you a queer.
I'm going to make you meet your wife.
Come on, give me another couple years without her.
But Jake, so they determined that this guy was poisoned, and then they put together a small group of people who might have had something to do with this, and police start lining up a fucking lie detector test, and Don offers to take one, and he ends up getting a book on passing lie detectors. So he's confident that he's going to do this. He's scheduled to come in on a particular day. That day comes about, and he calls in sick to his own lie detector test.
Come on, bro. Guilty.
But, I mean, here, in his defense, he probably could have got away with this if he really put a little more thought into it. It's 1986. He's a pretty gay guy. I would have just said, I had AIDS.
I have so AIDS today. I have such a bad case of AIDS
Feel
today.
my forehead. No, these are not radiator marks on my forehead. I'm naturally warm. I run a little hot. What is my Kelly Blue Book value? Why don't you look it up yourself? But for real, I can't make it in today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll do it for 2 days because I don't want to set you up for failure.
I also don't want to give anybody else AIDS.
Oh, why are those needles jumping? Did they jump because they're excited?
Did he need to cram for another day? Or
Yeah, he was cramming.
what was he cramming? Bitter almonds
The
up
needles.
his fucking ping hole?
Ping pong?
Up his old prankster?
And at this point, the police kind of know it's him. And eventually, when his AIDS has settled down, they bring him in and they put the, what do they call it? They put the what on him? What's the
Full court press?
not heat, not full court press? What do they put on you, Jake?
Oh man, they put it all on you.
They cover you in oil and then flour and
They
then
detained him.
No, there's a certain phrase that's
Person
escaping
of
my
interest?
mind. No, they're putting not the clamps on them.
they
Putting-
put the
Nipple clamps.
They put the nipple.
Yes, they put the nipple clamps on him.
I have nipples. Greg, can you put clamps on me?
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for the entire time. But
Kibosh.
Jake, eventually he admits to killing that old man. And the way that he does it is he doesn't administer the cyanide through the IV. He ends up putting it into the old man's feeding tube.
Ooh. So he's just eating cyanide.
Yes. That's why his belly stinks.
It would not have stink if you put it in the blood system.
I think it would have been easier to detect because I guess they do blood tests when you die.
Okay.
But-
so he thought he was using a workaround, but this shifty Cincinnati mortician had been around.
He's used to doing reach arounds. He does a
bellies.
workaround instead, and it ends up biting him in the ass, which he asked them to do again.
What she was fine with.
Yes.
On all accounts.
Yes. But Jake, eventually, so once the heat starts ramping up on him, they know it's him. They start getting anonymous phone calls from different hospital employees throughout the Kentucky and Ohio area saying, look, you might want to look into this because he was here for this period of time. we had a ton of fucking patients die. And he would often joke like, oh, I lost another one.
Man.
So eventually he confesses to a ton of them. And the deal is, so initially they're going to charge him with the one, but they make a deal with him. They're like, all right, confess to all the people you murdered and we'll take the death penalty off the table.
So he went above and beyond and probably named an extra 15 to 20 people that weren't even suspected, perhaps.
They eventually charge him, and he's convicted of 28 counts of murder. So they didn't get him for all of them. Yeah. So I wonder if it's just one of those points, like a money-saving thing.
Wow.
You know, sometimes where they know like a guy's just going to be away forever, and they're just like,
yeah, he was already going.
He ends up getting 28 life sentences for all of that. And they sent him to the Toledo Correctional Institution, Jake. And John, would you mind holding Jake's hand for this? Because this is very sad news.
Slimy.
On March 28, 2017, Donald Harvey is beaten to death by his cellmate.
He was that annoying.
Yes. 30 years he was in there, man.
How long was he cellies with that guy? Was he a new guy on the block?
I don't know, man. That's got to be so tough. Like when you're in jail and then you're starting to get used to the guy who's fucking blowing your fucking back out every night. And then the next thing you know, he's not there the next day. He's cleaning his ham radio out.
Was he top or bottom bunk?
I don't know. I would sleep upside down like a vampire if I was in prison. If you're going to do anything to me, you're just going to suck me, but you're not going to get me from the back, or I will fly away like a bat.
Yeah, I'm also a bat in jail as well.
Nelly Furtado style.
I'm like a bat. I'm definitely not getting butt fucked.
I don't know where my hole is. You're going to have to find it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so happy birthday in heaven, Donald Harvey, man. You don't know what you got till it's gone, Jake.
True
Yeah.
that, Mike.
Paid for paradise. They paid paradise and they put up a pervert lot. I think that
They put up a Don's Discount Leathers.
he probably killed half people who I think rude people late in life deserve to have their life shortened.
Dude.
So I think, especially with his rough upbringing, the unfortunate circumstances of his youth, I'm going to give him only a 50% slap on the wrist.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
And that's why his wrist ends up like that. It hurts a little bit, but not too damn much.
Man, you got there right before I got there. We love the tenacity and speed of which he gets there.
I honestly, I said that to my father. Like when my dad left the hospital to go to a rehab, he was complaining about how rough the nurses were handling him. And I don't believe that they were handling it. I think they were just Jamaican ladies. And I had to convey to him, like, look, man, unless
They like to jerk people around, you know.
Yes.
And boy, do I love the spices of a jerk chicken as well.
It's like, look, man, you got to have some flexibility here. It's like, these aren't narrow white women. These are sturdy Jamaicans.
And also, the weight of a human body is such that you have to kind of treat it with a certain amount of force.
Yeah.
And it's the circumstances of your age at that point. You're feeble and things hurt.
I know.
Way more than they would. And there's it gets to a certain point where gentle is not really an option, you know?
You would make a magnificent elder abuse defense attorney.
Thank you. There's still time for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could.
Unlike the people that you're, the patients of those you're defending.
Right. Yes. Yes. Thank you. I think.
Compliment.
I'm going to need you to write a chart down about small flow chart, less than 30 characters.
Jake, where do you stand on elder abuse?
I'd say leave it alone. Let them fight it out themselves.
Don't
Put 'em in
even
an
don't
octagon.
even
Let God
treat
sort
it.
it out.
Yeah, pay-per-view. Have them all just get in the octagon.
You're saying just put all these hospital beds in the octagon and let people watch them die one by one in their beds? Or is there at least one guy pushing the beds into each other?
There's one guy in there. Just for that.
All right, cool. Yes. Can I be that guy? All right, that's cool. Hopefully it's at the Sphere.
Connor McGrandma.
That's crazy. I can't believe that motherfucker killed 50 people and we never heard of.
Yeah.
Dude, who's the Mindhunter guy? I can never remember that fucking guy's
Chris
name.
Angel.
Yes, Chris Angel interviewed him. and he made his prostate disappear. And then he pulled it from behind his ear.
And then he spit a little bit out of his mouth.
John Douglas, I think is his name. The Mindhunter guy, he interviews Donald Harvey. And Donald Harvey, I can relate to a lot of what he says. You know, John Douglas is like, man, you're deflecting a lot of the blame that you should be accepting. And he's just like, whatever, man. I had my reasons. They shouldn't have done this. The hospital shouldn't have put me in those positions. And
They shouldn't have made me go to work fucking
Wow.
40 hours a week and do my job.
So the Mindhunter guy has talked to this guy?
yeah,
I Mindhunter just will always be mind freak to me.
it's the video is entitled Mindhunter versus Hindhunter.
And one has a lot more views than the other.
Hosted by Chris Angel.
He's the ref. Do you think there will ever be a normal magician?
Who's the one guy that had a Netflix show? He's the most
Justin
normal I've
Willman.
seen. Yeah, that guy is funny
Yeah.
and
He's
Doesn't-
entertaining.
he's
fun.
entertaining, and he doesn't dress. He just dresses like a normal guy. Doesn't dress like a.
I haven't seen
freak,
him.
You know, he's funny.
Yeah.
He's got something on Netflix that's worth watching.
Wasn't Mind Freak the name of Hitler's book?
Mind freak.
Yes.
Mind freak.
Yes, that's it. And his grand reveal was making 6 million
No.
disappear, Jake. It's
6 million loads of cum from my balls. The guy drained me dry.
Is this your shoes at the exit of the Holocaust Museum?
My God.
Jake, we should have ended
Nope, yes,
5
we
minutes
should've.
ago, man. I've always said that.
This is wild.
We were still doing the episode 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Chris Angel and Frank and Freak.
Yeah, I'm going to Amsterdam with my family. I think we're gonna go to the Anne Freak House.
Where is she?
I didn't know it was
In
gonna
the
be
attic?
I didn't know it
The
was
whole
gonna
time?
Yeah, did you go to like the Anne Freak House? Does Chris Angel work there? Or? The dumbest tourist. Why'd you zip your whole jacket up? I didn't know that sweatshirt had zippers.
He has them installed for this purpose, man.
He just fucking got Anne freaked over there.
Yeah, you know, yours converts from shorts to pants. Mine converts into a Git mask.
Heavens. How are you guys?
Doing
Doing
good.
all right?
Doing good. I cannot wait to be in Las Vegas.
When do you leave?
Tuesday. I leave on Tuesday night. Probably won't get to the hotel till like after 11.
Yeah.
But this is enough time to grab a beer, walk around, probably see some late night Tuesday freaks around. Maybe put $20 into a blackjack machine. We'll see.
Let it ride.
Yeah.
Do you have a specific seat picked out on the plane?
I do. I boned up by not upgrading to first class weeks ago.
How much was it then?
I think it was $250 each way, which is doubles the price. On the way back, I would have considered it because that seems on a night flight. Also, after you've taken half a million steps in 4 days.
Yeah.
But I'm at least close to the front.
Yeah.
In a window. But maybe we're like 15 or above.
Yeah.
I get the green seats for free now that I'm American Gold.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. And the day of, if available, I will get moved up to an orange seat. Potentially first class. We love the idea of the potential. That won't happen on a Vegas flight, I don't think. But perhaps on a flight to Cincinnati.
Damn, man. You always got to check. I think when you keep checking the app, sometimes the price fluctuates.
Yeah.
And then you get a decent price.
Yeah, there's always a chance.
Take advantage.
Cincinnati, it's only $97 each way, but I think I can tough out an hour and a half flight. I like to keep, especially on like a stand-up trip.
Keep your
if it's-
expenses low.
Yeah, just to feel like you didn't fucking... Like, I could stand to lose $500 for a weekend.
Yes.
And it wouldn't financially cripple me. I'd have more to write off, but it's still just the idea of being just above breaking even is like, hopefully. Other than that, man, I'm just sucking on this weed dick, you know. You know how I do. Watching Bluey sucking on weed dick.
Jake, what are you sucking on these days?
Oh, just root beers. A lot of root beers, mug root beer, caffeine free.
You ever find birch beer in a can anywhere or a bottle?
No, I don't.
It's tough to find.
Yeah.
Tough to find in the
Bottle?
supermarket.
Yeah.
I never see those Pennsylvania. If you go looking for the Pennsylvania Dutch can, that yellow and red can, it's hard to find.
I don't think I've ever seen that in a can before. I've only seen it in a 20 ounce.
20 ounce? I feel like I've only seen it in cans or 2 liters. 20 ounce. God damn, what a dream. I have found a number of, there's one in Philadelphia that I know of that is a fountain that you can fill yourself. Because I learned this trick when I worked for Grotto Pizza in Delaware.
Yeah.
I said to myself one day, you know what? I'm drinking Coke all day, every day. It's just something different. I put a little splash of birch beer in my Coke. I could fill my Coke cup up as many times as I wanted. I had access to the fountain. And then I didn't work there anymore, but I still wanted that taste, that flavor. So when I would go to a grotto, I'd ask the server nicely if she could put a splash of birch beer on top.
Really?
And that's always a little bit of a hassle, you know. You don't want to inconvenience anybody. It is not a big inconvenience.
Yeah.
I'm tipping over 20% in situations like that. But now, what you can be able to control it yourself, to have access to a fountain,
liberating,
you can fill yourself, and you don't have to bother anybody.
Take me back.
It is nice.
Put me forward. Bend me over.
Freak my mind.
Stuff me in front of my family.
So my butt closed in front of my grandparents.
So my butt into my friend.
Did you recognize the melody?
It sounded like you were doing Last Resort.
I was, and I was trying to weave getting butt fucked in front of your grandparents, but the words weren't arriving.
I thought you were going for some kind of opera or something.
I saw the pieces.
You went real falsetto.
Sloppy diarrhea.
That's actually beautiful.
Thank you. Sloppy diarrhea.
Please play that at my funeral.
just breaking down over a casket as sloppy diarrhea gets belted out by the fattest woman you've ever seen.
Followed by, we couldn't raise him up on eagle's wings.
We couldn't raise him higher.
And we will spread his ashes at the Eagles game.
In Jethro. It will only count if we don't pay to get in.
Do you guys have a favorite church song?
I like some of the little quick jingles you'd get at like a full service mass, you know, because the 8 o'clock mass they would always let that. They'd be quick on that on Sunday. No fuss, no fuss. 40 minutes out the door. 10 o'clock. 11:30.
Yeah, come on, man.
They have all the bells and whistles out.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, you'd get a little, at a school mass, Amen, Amen, Amen.
You say that when you're in bed with Mark and Derek?
That's what I would say. I'd look at my buddy and say, all men, I blow all men. And you get a nice laugh out of that. There's little jingles.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like through him, with him, in him. Like, oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
On him.
In the unity of my pocket.
Yeah. Hearing how they all, like, different churches sing Hallelujah is like the thing I'm always interested in.
Oh, yeah. That's like getting a chicken parm at every different Italian restaurant.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Wow. You heat the dish up first before you put it on. Whoa.
So we have to wear gloves if we want to move it.
Got it. It's still freezing.
So the midget is going to sprinkle golden Parmesan on it. Interesting.
The midget who only does this because he looks like a different, taller guy. That thing is so weird.
And where is he from? The forest.
He's just doing mini Salt Bay, and people are still recording this. It is really funny that he tries to act like he could harm anybody with those knives.
I'm so afraid he's going to hurt himself one day.
He needs a bigger beard for me to not believe he's a child. No, then I'd just be like, hey, that child has a beard and a sharp knife.
Yeah. Let me see your pubes, pal.
Mike, that was a 6-year-old girl. I'm sorry. I just started drinking again. It's my first time at this restaurant.
It's okay. I'm a magician. Chris Angel and Freak. Ever heard of me? You might have read my diary. Yeah, man. It's
thick.
It's nuts if you're a midget and having trouble finding work.
Mm-hmm. It would seem that this guy is at least a partner in this restaurant.
Mm.
So I think he probably makes a good amount of midget money. You know?
Think, are we in a renaissance right now?
I hope it's about to happen. I feel like it's been trending down for quite some time.
For midgets?
Yeah. Well, we got the micro wrestling, but beyond that, I feel like it's not a lot of representation.
Well, I feel like what's been trending down is their visibility. I think we've seen a lot of brown ones.
Do you think it's because you're not looking down?
Could be, yeah. I am court mandated to keep things at eye level. But
below the nose horse blinders.
But I do think now more than ever they're less of a novelty, and there are more people willing to take them seriously. Like if you had I don't know, if you were running a hedge fund, you might see one there, and not just because it's funny and it's Friday and you had some extra petty cash laying around.
I feel like Peter Dinklage might be single-handedly responsible for this.
Yeah.
He might have.
He might have had to use two hands, actually.
Yeah. He's double-handedly responsible.
He's the savior.
I don't know if he actually saved them. I think he presented himself
God.
as a false god.
Yeah, if he was a savior, imagine how little that cross would be. Instead of a 2x4,
I could do that with one hand.
Yeah, instead of 2x4s, he's mounted to 1x2s. He's little.
Cut to a guy using it to flick a football game, like a finger football game.
You know how people like to debate whether or not Jesus was white or black, and he was probably closer to darker. What if he's got us all fooled and he was actually a little person?
But he just had so much riz that no one noticed he was a knee-high savior.
That's the big lie the Vatican covers up. That's what the Holy Grail's about. It's a sippy cup.
Yeah. Yeah,
And the Ark of the Covenant is just him in a fucking casket.
the Shroud of Turin is just actually a washcloth. Oh, God. That would be a great God joke if he was just tiny. Dude,
The damn rock in front of the cave was just a fucking pebble.
Why do you think they got them Pope hats so big?
yeah, he's hiding.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the Stations of the Cross, you'd have to modify all those.
Got to get soft rock, hard rock, rap, country. What else? Jazz. Those are all the stations I know.
You just got to feel bad for Mary Magdalene having to wash his creepy little feet.
They're swinging from a curb.
Yeah, he's mounted like a mailbox.
Midget Jesus, dude. We have to find. All right. I guess we all have to take 23andMe, find out if we have any percent of Ashkenazi, take our free trip to Israel, go over the border, go all over the Middle East, try to find a midget that resembles Jesus Christ. We'll have a wig to bring around and put on any midget we find.
You guys know how much Mel Gibson loves to make Jesus-centric movies. Oh my God. I gotta think that both he and Dinklage are. I put them in the same vein. They're both hyper accomplished. They've done a lot of serious stuff. They've both done a lot of funny stuff, mostly voicemails. And they have to be aware of each other. And I think Dinklage has pronounced enough features to really present himself as Jesus.
So you think we need to get both those guys involved? We're going to have to take this way more serious now. This can't be a tiptoe situation.
Passion of the Christ.
No, he's not a child. No, this midget has grown up. No, actually, this midget. No, when he's 13, he can still talk like that.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine you're a mommy bird, and then for the sake of like the midget Passion of the Christ, you just get your entire fucking nest stolen for his crown of thorns. There were eggs in that.
Hey, nobody steal that. We got to edit this out. They're going to steal this.
Nope, it's proof of concept.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, fuck you again, Dinklage. Can you see? Oh, put it up higher. Sorry, you can't. Or lower, actually.
Is he married?
Actually, lower.
I'm sure he is.
No, he's got to be fucking 6 foot sluts every single day.
Oh my God.
dude.
You think he's recycling them, like going through like the whole.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he probably has a room at the chateau named after him where he climbs women all day.
Wait
all
a minute.
Day.
He's married. He's been with the same lady since 2005.
What's
And
she
she
look like?
looks like she's 5'11". Let's get a height check on Dinklage's wife.
Whoa.
What are you doing
Look at
there,
them.
dude? Are you at a function? Are you crawling under your wife's skirt to kiss her pussy? Are you doing that when you have that capability?
I'm having 12 beers and dressing as Chucky and chasing her around the room.
I'm wearing kiss boots to be the same height as my wife.
Oh my God, that's so weird. I don't care what anybody says.
In all the pictures where they're holding hands, it looks like she's just like carrying a child around the red carpet.
I think they look nice together. Look
Is
at
that-
them.
That's your third soda, Peter. Dude, it's got to be nuts sucking somebody's dick that small.
How does that happen? I hope he has a dick sucking ladder to get on.
It's, she holds him like the Stanley Cup.
You're sitting down. Wow. No, there has to be a way where she's standing up, and he walks up to like some kind of pervert station that he built in his garage, like George Clooney did in Burning
One of those
Freedom.
Home Depot ladders.
No, you know what? You know what he had? He had one of the set designers from Game of Thrones making something weird. So it's almost he's got like a little tiny baby throne that he can get his dick sucked on. So it's not as weird as if he's standing and his wife's like arching her back like a goddamn seal.
But it's also got dragons all over it.
Yes.
How long have they been married? Was it before or after the station agent?
Is that in Big People years?
Since 2005.
That's
so
the year the
20
movie
years.
came out, I believe.
Which one?
The station agent. I think that might have been 2003.
Whoa.
Yeah, 03. And Elf.
Elf was 03 too, yeah.
Okay.
Whoa. God damn, man.
Elf, though, was him being presented as midget still. Station agent was him proving himself as
Yeah.
a
But he stole the
skilled
scene.
actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even think of that motherfucker when I think of Elf. Not for 1 second.
Yeah, it's, you
I
know,
think of Santa Claus. I think of freaking
James
Scott
Caan.
Caan's dad,
Yeah.
Big Jim.
James Caan is
I
like
think of Buddy. And Zoe.
a real beauty.
Yeah.
Voice.
And she's blonde in it. I forgot she's blonde. We love the lightning of the hair.
Yeah, honestly, like Dinklage kind of brings the movie down a notch for me. I don't like his attitude.
Yeah.
And I get it that, you know, you need it to heighten tension, but I just want whimsy, man.
Yeah.
I want him to lose that goatee, and I want him to smile, and I want him to be dressed funny like a baby. Is that too much to ask of my dramatic midgets?
Oh, man. You think when he goes to the gym, they just give him 2 giant lollipops? Yeah, free weights, Peter. Okay. What is he holding there?
That's from a movie.
We need to get him to Midget Village and see if he would change his mind about just embracing his height.
I think if
They'll
we
make something there.
we can chase him there, but to like really get him to go further, and we're gonna have to like shoot him with a BB gun in the ass like 1,000 times.
We're gonna have to harness those dogs too. Those
Yes.
fucking
Oh,
things are gonna
dude.
eat him alive.
Dude, could you imagine? Dude, a dog to a midget is like a dragon to a regular man.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, dragons are real.
Dracarys. Do a beagle Dracarys.
Mr. Dinklage. Yeah, that's a Labrador, Mr. Dinklage.
Ooh, Labrador sounds scary. It sounds like a place where Frodo has to go get a ring.
He's actually a pretty common breed.
Ew, man.
I think he looks great. I like the Dinklage.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Too wild for you? Is he too wild?
I just like guys that small to have more whimsy about them.
Yeah, and especially when your last name starts with Dink.
I know.
But imagine
For
how
Christ's
hard.
sake, man.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Imagine how hard it is for him to resist the urge.
What?
Yeah,
age?
yeah, he's exhibiting real fucking strength by not just juggling everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
By driving a $100,000 Power Wheel down
got a
Sunset
chauffeur.
Boulevard.
It's got low speed and high speed.
Oh man. Do you think what is the legality of this? If we were somehow able to obtain his schedule for a week and everywhere we went we just set dogs loose at him.
I don't want to do that to Peter Dinklage.
For a week though. It's not permanent, Jake. It's
okay,
just
for a week.
for a week-long bit.
All right. If it's for a bit and it's just a week, I'll
I
do
think
it.
legality-wise is, oh no, I can't believe I let go of another large dog that I just bought.
Why not the same dog every day?
It's funnier
Oh, yeah.
if he's got to fear more than one.
Well, we lost that dog. Because we trained it to hunt and kill Peter Dinklage.
I thought
So he had to put it down.
I thought you were going to say we lost a dog in a fire.
Firing squad.
I forgot we mentioned this one of the two most popular animals in the country, and every time we
Hey,
do that, it's
you
going to
know
come
what
back to me. Not saving two dogs. I didn't kill dogs.
No, you didn't. You didn't
I
kill a
didn't
dog.
kill any dogs. There are two dogs that would be alive if I had saved them.
Yeah.
They'd still be alive 10 fucking years later. Suck my long thickie, boy. This is where we're going to start editing things out.
I can't wait to see you go to therapy.
End
over
it
this.
right where I say, suck my...
Leave all the Anne Frank piss angel stuff in.
Oh, yeah. That was in the regular part of the episode, I think. No, your name is Dinklage. You have to be able to do a handstand, right? Do one.
Are there any smaller guys coming up in the industry?
Not that I know of, and I'd be surprised if we ever get a midget with the stature of Peter Dinklage.
Like there's-
Of one Petey Dinklage. Dinklage.
There's not like a Scooter Twinksworth on the horizon.
Scooter, you're seriously not willing to wear clown shoes on this one.
Oh, this is Pee Wee Malkovich.
Why do my Timberlands have bells on them?
That was an insanely long list of midgets that you just scrolled past.
Are those dead ones or alive ones?
I think
it
they look-
ranges.
they look
It's a
good.
mix. It's a.
I think if you see the numbers
Oh,
below
no.
their name, it means
Yeah.
they have passed.
A couple of them are grayed out.
Yeah, those. Oh no.
Oh no, are those midgets? Is that the Me Too section?
Oh God!
I guess it would be Me 3. That doesn't make sense.
No.
It's just funnier for it to rhyme and to be in a high pitched voice.
They get
really.
wee-tude.
That's where we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Well, I guess that's where we leave it for this week is the obsession with midgets and everything Dinklage.
All right, gun to your head. If you had like a room full of them right now, could you resist picking them up and just seeing if you could roof them?
Dude, they are so dense. It would be easier to pick up somebody that is 6'1".
That's the fear, is that you pick them up thinking you're going to launch them, but then you realize, like, oh, shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying that trick where, like, you see guys try to grab the fucking barbell with one arm and they can't pick it up.
Yeah.
I would kill myself and every midget in that room if I couldn't pick one up.
You ever do that with those like bags of sand at the gym? Like would you flip up? Like that's
why I train with them.
you're
You
preparing.
train with the midget bags?
Yes, I train with the midget bags in the hope
Rainey
that, like,
versus
one day
English.
I'll be in this situation. It's like you never have to get ready if you're already ready.
True that.
Stay ready, don't get ready.
If I'm at this point, if I'm right now, I have to throw a midget off a boat.
Yeah.
I'm thinking when I hoist that little guy off, I'm not even going to be letting go. I'm going to be like mistakenly throwing an anchor. I'm going to be going into the water with him. That's what I'm
Yes.
Oh my
thinking.
word.
Yeah.
Thinking.
Just because I'd be so thrown off by just the slow center of gravity. I feel like I'd have to put a knee on the ground or close to the ground to get this guy, and I'm holding onto his belt. I'm not trying to touch his penis with my knuckles, but my knuckles are on his penis.
He's probably got suspenders instead of a belt, though.
I guess I'm grabbing onto the button of his blue jeans, his tiny little blue jeans.
Corduroys. Little corduroy
Fucking-
pants.
38 by 19s. Yes, Jake, we got a certified chode.
38 by 19.
We got a certified chode on our hands. Oh, tuna can.
I can't. Are they labeled? Yeah. They look like they're just colors to me. You should have lied. I would have been so impressed. And he was like, I think it's the blue one.
Jeff, who's the oldest midget up there?
Just from looking at this, I'm seeing Angelo Rosito,
Whoa. An Italian midget.
1908.
He's alive?
No, died in 91 though. That's a pretty long life.
Man.
That's a long life for
Dude,
a short man.
A fucking sausage
Harry
had to have been
Earls.
a body pillow to him.
Harry Earls was born in 1902.
That's a
Oh,
cute
he's in The
year.
Wizard of Oz.
Oh, shocker.
Which one was he?
Every dead midget on that page was in the Wizard of Oz, right?
I'm guessing he was one of the Lollipop Guild.
Oh, man. You are going to want the helmet on that one. You want to ride it out with the helmet?
Yeah, might as well.
We never give it to anybody without the chat.
I vote for it.
I think all three of us are
Yeah,
absolutely. I think the people would cancel their fucking accounts with us if we didn't give him the helmet on that one.
Here you go, buddy.
Yeah, do you think he was in the Lollipop Guild? You might have to wear that one home this weekend, dude.
It's a red
To
light
get pulled
ticket.
over.
Yeah, you might have to run a red light on the podcast tab with this one on.
Yeah, all three of us are gonna get called in to testify at the same time. We all gotta sit on the stand together. He does wear it quite often on the show, yes, Your Honor.
Damn, let me see his face again. Scroll up. Oh my god.
Whoa.
Oh, he was also a big face freak too. He wasn't just short.
Oh, he's got Hasbula.
Yeah, he's got.
He's got Hasbullah.
It's not Progeria, is it? Is it Algeria? Is it Albanian?
Yes.
Man, he has like a disapproving basketball coach look.
It's a look of a boss
What do you mean
who's.
that's foul?
He just fired me, and now I'm stealing all the wine.
God, we're gonna have to let you go.
But can we get the lollipop one blown up? That one is freaking
That's
me out,
actually-
dude.
He's stuffed right there. What's that?
That's at the.
That's at the
Is at the
viewing.
wax. Is that the taxidermy museum next to the Mattera Tussauds?
He's in the window of the store.
Come on in, buy a lollipop.
Wow.
I'm glad that guy went to hell. That's one of them that I'm glad.
Yeah, that's one thing that people don't know is hell is lined with midgets, man. They're just everywhere.
You've never talked about him being in heaven, so
I know.
I assume there's not many of them
Nope.
there.
It rains midgets, actually.
Yeah, and they all go down the gutter again when it's over.
Dude, that's most of like off-season landscaping work in hell is cleaning gutters of midgets.
Dead midget angels that you have to bring back to the Life Factory.
Dude, God doesn't have to use many feathers for those wings.
A real midget send-off this week.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just salute the midgets?
Was I not supposed to?
No, with your left hand.
That's how they get it.
Left-handed midgets.
Yes. You actually put your foot to your forehead to salute midgets. Man.
I think we should get midgets to come to our funeral, right?
Yes.
One last. Have them fumble the casket, try to close it up.
Yeah.
Be the pallbearers. Yeah.
Like clumsy Italian bakers.
Hire a fake mistress.
Yeah.
To show them how hard.
A midstress.
Oh, his dick looks so big next to my midget pussy.
Do they have little ones? I bet they got giant lips.
No.
Yeah. Small hands, giant lips.
No, I think the hands on this midget were big.
Dude, that's actually how the doctor tells you that your kid's going to be a midget. It's just like, there's no easy way to tell you this, but small hands, giant lips.
Can't lose.
Friday night mites.
Dude, I saw some mites on ice last week, 2 weeks ago. That had some fucking action, dude.
Yeah, those are
God
fun to watch.
damn, this kid was fucking nice with it. He scored 2 himself. One of them was like behind the goal, fucking flicked it in.
Honestly, I think all Pee Wee hockey should be played in a Wells Fargo Center.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Most of it during a Sixers halftime. All right, we're taking the court apart. Most of you won't be here after the mites on ice anyway.
Yeah, we know why you're here. They're all wearing Mites on Ice jerseys.
You're here early for the mites on ice. So we're just going to play the second half of the Sixers game between the 2 periods of the Flyers.
Man, Quentin Grimes has been something else, man.
Yeah.
That fucking guy.
Yeah, dude.
He's scoring like 30 points every fucking game.
Are they still losing?
Barely. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like they're basically down to like their bench, but they're somehow playing better than when they had fucking Embiid, Maxey, and Paul George at random points.
Well, yeah, I don't think Embiid is going to gather a group of guys whip him up into a frenzy to be a solid team at this point. How much longer do we have him?
Oh, God. I
29.
think 2029.
Him and Paul George.
4 more years.
Paul George has 3 more years.
That's crazy.
I know.
They're going to buy out their contracts, right?
I
have to.
Well, Paul George only came here is because the Sixers were the only team that offered him the 4th year. Because he wanted to go back to L.A., and they were only offering 3 years. So
Okay.
he got his money, man.
Was he going to just ride out his career wherever he went for 4 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But, yeah, Sixers are real shit year. But next year could be something. Jared McCain's good. Maxey's the man. Quentin Grimes. They would have to match any offer he gets, and he's probably going to get a pretty significant offer.
Hell yeah, man. Hell
Jake,
fucking yeah.
What do you want to promote, brother?
Oh, man. Just follow me at Jake Mattera on Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you watching.
Follow me as well on those things at Johnny Delco. Follow me at Johnny Delco. Follow me at Johnny Delco. And follow a midget next time you see one in public.
Follow Peter Dinklage with the dog.
Yeah. If you do live near him.
Yeah.
Or in the same city, take a dog to his house.
Mm-hmm.
Big dog.
Big dog.
Maybe dump some gravy on him to get the dogs riled up.
Oh, and come see me in Cincinnati April 5th at the Comet. I'll be doing 2 shows, 7 and 9:30 or something like that.
Nice,
See
man.
John.
Thank you to everybody who buys my books. You can buy them at All Perks. Ooh, our buddy Cooper O'Hearn, who does our travel videos, he and I have put together an On Perks coloring book. It features he created over 40 illustrations based upon a bunch of my perk posts from the book, and it is fucking incredible. You can pre-order that now at onperks.com. If you pre-order a coloring book, you also get an invite to my Rain Train Barbecue, my going away party before I leave for Austin this summer. On top of that, too, I got a new podcast. It's an interview podcast called Getting Some Head, where I'm interviewing my buddies, including these two coming up in the next few weeks, to get inside their heads to learn a little bit more about them. I promise you the show's a ton of fun. Give it a chance. Check it out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you perverts listen to music. Outside of Peter Dinklage's house in the bushes, in his treehouse, in his trash can. It's Getting Some Head podcast. Check it out. And on top of that, too, if you're watching this on Patreon, thank you for being a patron and supporting us. It's how we keep the lights on here and in Peter Dinklage's doghouse. And then if you're not a patron yet, please consider it. You can go to patreon.com/LilStinkers. That's LILSTINKERS. Get every episode a week early. You get a ton of bonus content. You get access to every one of our live streams. Plus, patrons, not only do you get the live streams, but we also have audio for you for every live stream. So if you're whiling away the time at work, no better way to do that than with Stinkers audio. Your boss has no idea what you're listening to. You can make him think that you're listening to Peter Dinklage screaming compilation. Whatever you want. But you get every episode a week early. You get all the live streams we do. We do Stinker News every month on the Patreon. We do book club meetings. We do movie watch-alongs. All kinds of shit. I promise you it's worth your while. It's either $4 a month or $40 for the entire fucking year. Go to patreon.com/LilStinkers to make that happen. Juicy Jeff, you want to give out your golf channel?
Yeah, it's at Delco Golfs on YouTube and Instagram. And you can also follow me at JW Simmons 28.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys. Ton of fun as usual. We love you. And make sure you corner somebody at work and either talk to them about why you hate Peter Dinklage or just mention Chris Angel and Freak.
And if you work with a midget,
Kill him.
tap him on the head and say, I could kill you if I wanted. Remind them. They need a reminder.
Love you guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
Love you guys. There's so much fucked up shit to get into.
Stinkers.